Hey, Augies, are here, 8:30, 8:30, 3rd of August. You hear the tornado fan in the background down in the echo chamber. Same old story. So, what did I do? All right, so the sling bag's not working. The maxi pouch, which is going to probably be the way to go right now. Put the wallet in here. So I put the wallet in this sleeve, keys in the multi-tool in here. I'm not carrying a knife. I got a flashlight on me, on my hip, and the Leatherman is there, but Leatherman is too big. I'll stick with Victorinox for right now. And the thing about the Victorinox is it's half the size of that. Of course, it's not as meaty as that, but it's got a couple blades on it, package opener. Really all I need. I don't need anything else. This is really going to be just put on the side. I'm at the end of the line with it all. I really am. I just, between knives and the bags and the pouches and the sling bag crap, going from a backpack to a sling bag, and all this mimicking, excuse me, mimicking military and law enforcement with places like LA Gear, 511, VanQuest, HL Tactical. It just goes on and on. It's so amazing, and not my fault. There's no doubt. I have to say that Marty's ramblings, when he brings up the fanny pack, the waist belt, that's actually was the start of it all. That was the deal. I remember back in the late 70s, early 80s, that was the way to go. That's how you carried gear. You had backpacks, but then it was like fanny pack, bum pack, whatever you want to call it. And then I got away from following everything because I already had I got into backpacks. So once I got to Washington, I had Kelty, and then of course onto the Osprey and the Teton, and the Osprey turned out to be the best one. I have to say, fits me like a glove with the movable adjustment you could do on the harness. And what's good about that backpack is anybody in the family can use it. They just have to readjust it to their size, and off they can go. I took the brain off of it because I don't like the brain floating on the top, and I have it just as a straight backpack. But, then of course I went to the 45-liter assault pack, which is set up for the military, again, or law enforcement, has organization, but it's a heavy pack. Then I found that 25-liter motorcycle pack, which actually is the best pack for me. Because after this bout with these sling bags, it just depends what I'm carrying. If I'm carrying a lot of stuff to do filming and trays and seating and tripods, and I start to run out of room in that 25-liter. Believe it or not. Probably don't believe it, but because I'm chucking other stuff in there, chucking in stuff. I'm putting stuff in a bag in anticipation that I'm going to go out, and that's wrong because I'm using pouches. So what I should be doing is just putting the pouches in the man cave in the corner there, like I've said before, and I filmed it that way. Just put the pouches there, and then based on whatever I'm going that day, load up the prospective backpack which mainly is going to be a 25 liter, and do it that way and be done with it. Problem is, I'm down here in the garage now, so I got cargo pants on. So yeah, I could do my EDC in my shorts and come downstairs, no problem. I don't have the tripod because I'm using the phone laying up against the toolbox. So you can see what goes on. You know, I'm in a rather different house than probably most of you are in. I have 3 levels, so, and it's, you know, I'm renting this castle, that's just the end of it. I got a lot of stuff, and that's what goes on. But I want to film in the man cave, but I don't have it set up to film there yet, the way I want it. It takes time, and it takes this. So, you know, we're working on that. Then we're working on this echo chamber, which you can see, it looks like we're outside, which really is probably the best place to be. And I've been thinking about just forgetting about the man cave and coming down here. The only thing is, yeah, it's cool down here, but I don't have all the conveniences that I have up in the man cave. I don't have air conditioning. I don't have a fan. Well, I have that fan, but that's not the same thing as an overhead fan. And I don't have a facility close by here. I have to climb up the stairs to take care of that. We're up there. I just go out the door. I'm right there. So, hey, you know, there's pros and cons to everything. But I could come down here, and unless somebody comes down here, which happens from time to time, but it's not a common event, I could film from here, right here. This is perfect. I just need to do something in the backdrop. Because I have this thing about the backdrop. You know, watching other people, they're on the mat, they got decorations back here, lights, camera, action, posters, whatever, covers, whatever, tents. You know, I want to do something back here. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So let me ask you, what do you all prefer? Down here in this down here in this garage, which is relatively quiet, lit up, you can see me very well, you can hear me very well. Yes, the dogs might come into the video from time to time. Or do you prefer me up in that man cave where kind of limited on my filming to the desk area only, which I don't really have set up? So you tell me. You know, I like to have your input. Also, tell me what you're carrying today, what you're doing today. I'm telling you about backpacks and pouches and flashlights. And, you know, this is magnetic, this is all light. I also could put the Sofin on here because it has a magnetic base as well. And it will go on here. So that's hanging there. Which, you know, let me talk something about flashlights real quick. I need a smaller, lighter flashlight than this. This is a heavy. The Sofin is a beast because it's got the huge battery. This whole light is heavy too. So if you know of any, let me know. Suggest, please. I'm looking for shorter and thinner. Something I could put on a MOLLE webbing of the backpack, or sling bag, or whatever I'm going to wind up using. I can't really use the mountain pack. The mountain pack is light. There's nothing to it. But the problem with the mountain backpack, because it's, you know, a long thing, as you start to put heavy items in it, right to the bottom and out. So when you have it on, the weight is at your fanny, okay, and then it starts to go back. So that's not what you're looking for. What you're looking for in a backpack is you're looking for weight, middle of the backpack, close to your back, not hanging off your back, because as it hangs off your back, okay, the stress now is on your shoulders. You're not using your hips, even though it has a waist belt, but it's very thin. It's not pulling it the pack has to be here. Here's your back, the pack has to be here. It can't be, and the weight has to be distributed here, in the middle, on your back, not on the bottom, like that. Because that's what happens. It starts to pull you back, and then it pulls your shoulders. That's why a lot of people who don't know how to pack a backpack, when they go out, they get turned off, regardless of what backpack they have. I don't care if they have Osprey, Z-Pack, Teton, Kelty, VanQuest. If you don't pack it correctly, it will turn a newbie off to the hiking and backpacking right away. Why? Because your shoulders take a beating. You got to get that weight in the middle of the pack, close to your back, and on your hips. You got to get the weight on your hips, not on your shoulders. Because as soon as you go out 3, 4, 5 mile hike, and you're out a mile, and your backpack's bothering you, you already know, 1, it's not fitted, and 2, you didn't pack it right. And hey, if you don't believe me, argue with me now. Whatever you want to do. This is a long video. Another long video. But hey, hey Marty, thank you. Thank you for turning me on to this. Because otherwise, I would have had to cut off the video and never get to say what I want to say. So I appreciate you all tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one sometime later on today.